Hey up me old mucker, it's your pal Marc from the GamebustersUK team, and what a surprise! We've got more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I've got wires everywhere because the Elgato is just fucking wire central over here. Not that you guys can see any of this. I'm sitting indoors on a lovely summer's day, well, spring day. It is absolutely gorgeous outside, although I do see some black clouds, so maybe I've made the right choice staying indoors making YouTube videos. It's probably the one time where I've actually made the right choice staying indoors making YouTube videos. How about that? Anyway, I am playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The fuck is this game called? I can't even remember what the name is. Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium Duels. Yes, so we have had Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. We have had Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses. We've even had some real life Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff where I reviewed the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice Masters game. Well, a little tentative little preview of it. I unboxed it and gave my thoughts on it. But this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium Duels. So I thought, I would bring some modern or modern-ish Yu-Gi-Oh! To the channel. And so, basically, this game, as you can see from this handy screen here, this game goes through all the generations of Yu-Gi-Oh! Up until Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Now, I'm only familiar with the first two, but these other two, I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Has now evolved even more. It's gotten even more insane. There's like Arc 5, and then there's something even more after that. But what I'm going to do is, hopefully this is going to be an informal sort of let's play type thing, where I'm just going to play through. I'm just going to go through it as much as I want to. I would like to get through to the end. I mean, I've done it before on normal mode. We will just see how we go. So yeah, each era is divided up into 4 blocks of 5 matches, where you have 4 single duels against 4 different opponents, and you have 1 match duel against 1 boss opponent at the end of each tree. So we will start things off nice and easily on this tree, and you can see this tree because I've played it beforehand. You can see that it goes Taya, Grandpa, Weevil, Bandit Keith, and then Pegasus. So it's basically the Duelist Kingdom story arc. From Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1, which I have the box set on DVD because I'm a cool kid. I'm a cool kid. Believe me when I say that. I'm a cool kid. 23 years old and I have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 box set. Yeah. But anyway, we can have a little look at their cards as well. So we'll start things off against Taya Gardner. So I'm playing with a Madolche deck. I really enjoy the Madolche deck. I did try and actually build a Madolche deck once, but I just didn't have enough money to get, to make it decent. The Madolche is, you'll see as I play, the Madolche cards, basically they can't be killed. Once they're killed, they go back into the deck, and then the deck is shuffled. And it's a pure, well, it's not wholly pure Madolche. There is some other stuff in the deck because it's quite hard to win all the cards you want in this deck. I've got some TG stuff in there, and I've got Mind Mole because I just have. But yeah, I got TG Warwolf, Shieldwing, who's a piece of shit, but he's kind of helpful because he's twice per turn. He can't be destroyed by battle. But anyway, Madolche it's also been a while since I played this game. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't really remember how all the cards in the Madolche set actually complement each other. I know basically it breaks down to there's a field spell card called Madolche Chateau, and you get that on the field. And basically the Madolche cards gain a power up, and instead of going back into the deck once they're destroyed, they go back into your hand. So you want to get Madolche. You want to get Madolche Chateau out on the field as quick as possible, me old mucker, because that is your bread and butter in this deck, the Madolches. And what you also want to do is you want to XYZ summon the boss monster of the Madolches, which is Madolche Queen Tiara Misu. You'll notice that the Madolches are all sort of themed around desserts. So yeah, they're all like, for example here, Madolche Malmaid. She's a maid. It's a pun on marmalade. Okay, tee-hee, isn't that hilarious? Okay, she's not very good. Yeah, what you want is you want to get ideally you want to get either Madolche Marjoline, who is like a little witch, and she can special summon Madolches, I believe. And you also want to get there's another one. I see. This is what I mean. I'm not very well informed because it's literally been months since I played this game. It's been months since I even did anything Yu-Gi-Oh related. I normally watch a channel called ARG, Ultra Reality Games, where they where they basically televise. Well, they don't televise. Well, they upload to YouTube their Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. And sometimes people still play Madolche because in the meta game, you know, Madolche, they're not as strong as they once were. They're still really cool. I really love them. If I was to play Yu-Gi-Oh competitively, again, I would definitely pick up a Madolche deck, because I really do love just the archetype. Yeah, we've got Madolche Knights here. Yeah, and Madolches, a lot of their traps and spells are all revolved around not having monster cards in your graveyard. And you also want to get, what is it? The Hoot Cake. Yeah, there's a card called Madolche Hoot Cake, which is basically an owl. You get him out, and you can remove cards from your graveyard to, you know, thin out your graveyard. And he'll also let you summon Madolche cards, which is pretty cool. And I remember there was quite a good thing that I could do with Madolche Hoot Cake and another Madolche card called Madolche Croissant. He's a little dog. The name is a pun on croissant. And every time a card is removed or taken from the graveyard or something, he gets a power boost. Or every time he's returned back to the hand, or something like that. You can make him OP using Hoot Cake. I believe that was something I used to do. You know, I could be wrong, but I'd want Madolche monster from a deck to your hand. I may as well play Ticket because I have Madolche Marmalade. I'm gonna set T-Break and Knights, even though if I synchro summon, which I can't, I can do a 4-star XYZ. Pardon me. Yeah, you'll have to excuse me if I cough, because you know, I've recently had a lot of respiratory problems, and yeah, I now have an inhaler. Went to the GP and they still don't really know what's wrong with me. No. Okay, we'll destroy Royal Knight. This isn't the most pro episode, as it's the first one. It's going to take me a while to get used to the deck again. You know, and like I say, I would like to play pure Madolche. Just got Mystical Space Typhoon there. Oh, I got Mirror Force in this deck. Cool. Yeah, again, there's not. I mean, I could make a level. Let me see. What have I got? What have I got in my extra deck? Got Wonder Magician. When this card is single, so select one spell, a trap card on the field and destroy it. When this card is on the field, draw one card. You can summon this. Right, she doesn't have a thingy. She doesn't have a spell or trap. This is Tiara Misi. This is the Madolche boss monster. She's a 4-star XYZ basically 2 level 4 Madolche monsters will make her. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, then target up to 2 Madolche cards in your graveyard, shuffle those cards into the deck, then shuffle cards your opponent controls into the deck up to the number of Madolche cards returned. So what you do is you send your 2 Madolche cards in the graveyard back into the deck, shuffle your deck, and then you can send 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field back into their deck. Which is pretty cool, because if your opponent has a boss monster out, what you do is you just say, right, I'm not even going to try and destroy your monster, I'm just going to send it back to your deck. And there you go, that's another way of getting around big monsters. Naturia Beast. Naturia Beast is good for spell cards. Naturia Barkion. Yeah, my best bet would probably be to go for Librarian or maybe a Gladiator, or maybe Wonder Magician. So if you control a face up, right, I'm gonna go for it because I don't think I'm gonna get the Madolche cards I need to actually show off the Madolche archetype. But I can make all these guys. I might just make Balmung. Not sure. Make Black Ship of Corn. You know what? I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make Power Gladiator because we're only against Taya. Taya's not very offensive. Like, she mainly focuses on regaining life points, and therefore, you know, TG Power Gladiator is 2300 attack, and you know his effect lets him bust through defenses and cause piercing damage. And Petite Angel, not very strong. She's taken a bit of damage there. I'm a little bit disappointed that I haven't been able to really showcase the Madolche monsters so far in this duel, because that is like my main deck. But like I say, I need to win. Like I think I have 2 copies of Marjeline in this deck, and I have Chevalier. I think I have 2 Hoot Cakes. I don't have any Madolche monsters in my graveyard. Not a lot going on here, is there? I haven't really got a great hand. Wild Wolf. Okay. Right. Skellingel. Yeah, she's basically like the sort of easiest sort of opponent in the game, I would say. Taya. I mean, there's a good mix in this game of opponents that aren't very difficult, and there's opponents that are very difficult. You know, when we get up to Ubel on the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX tree, he was someone that gave me a lot of problems when I first played the game. Yeah, this is Crufsunt, the little dog, Madolche Crufsunt. When he's destroyed, again, he goes back to the deck. But again, yeah. You target 1 Madolche you have on the field, return that card to your hand, and if you do, this little guy gets powered up by 300 attack, and his level goes up by 1. So he becomes more feasible for XYZs and Synchro summons. And no. Okay, so I can use his effect. I can bounce Marmalade back to my hand, and Ticket. What Ticket does is when a Madolche is sent to the hand or main deck by a card effect. For example, when the Madolche is destroyed, their own effect activates, sends them back into the deck. It will activate Ticket. I can add 1 Madolche from my deck to my hand. And if I control a face-up fairy Madolche monster, I can special summon that monster instead of just adding it to my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and use Crufsunt's effect. I'm going to bounce Marmalade back to my hand. Ticket's going to go off. I'm going to add. Oh yeah, I forgot about Messenger Lato. Messenger Lato is a very good Madolche card as well, because when he's special summoned, you can add one Madolche spell or trap from your deck to the hand, which is good. But here is Marjoline. When this card is destroyed by the opponent at the graveyard, shuffle the card into the deck. When it's normal or flip summoned, you can add one Madolche monster from your deck to your hand. So I'm going to take, yeah, I do have two Marjolines. So I'm going to take Marjoline from the effect of Ticket. Croissant's gone up to 1800 and now he's level 4. So in theory, if I put Marmalade back on the field, I can make Tiara Misu, but I don't really need to make Tiara Misu because Taya only has this guy on the field, and you know, to be honest, he's standing there all proud and mighty with his wings and his beak, but he's only 800 attack monster, so really he's got no business being in attack mode. If you've got any sense about you, you would not put that guy in attack mode. Yeah, I can't summon, but I can basically close out the duel here, destroy that guy with my doggy, and use TG Power Gladiator to attack Taya. So basically Taya is well and truly on the ropes. We're probably going to win this one. I've kind of shown you a little bit of the Madolche monsters, not as much as I would have liked. We've drawn another Madolche. This is Madolche Butlerrusk. He's kind of cool. He's not the best Madolche. Basically, when he's normal summoned, you can add one field spell card from your deck to the hand. Only when he's normal summoned, not when he's special summoned. So normally, if you've got another Madolche on the field, normal summon Butlerrusk, and if you haven't got Chateau, the field spell card that I was talking about, which really is the Madolche's bread and butter, then you can use Butlerrusk to get Chateau. But what I'm going to do is I am going to normal summon Mageline, and then I'm going to activate her effect to get Pudding Cess into my hand, because I really like Pudding Cess. For a while she was kind of like the secondary boss monster of the Madolche monsters, because if you have no monsters in your graveyard, she gains 800 attack and defense, which makes her 1800. Plus if you have Chateau on the field, she becomes like 20 for 18, 19, 20, 2300. Basically, after damage calculation, whenever she battles an opponent's monster, you target one card the opponent has and destroy that card. So it can be a trap, a spell, or it can be another monster. And it doesn't even have to be when she destroys a monster. You can suicide her into an opponent's stronger monster, she dies, and then use her effect to destroy that strong monster. So she's all round pretty decent card. That is why I'm going to put her into my hand. Although I do not think that I'm actually going to get a chance to use her, because this duel is pretty much over. So I'm actually going to go ahead and show you Tiara Misu. I'm going to make Tiara Misu with because it has to be two Madolche monsters, so I'm going to use Mageline and Croissant to XYZ summon Madolche Queen Tiara Misu. And I'm going to put her in attack position. I don't know if I can activate her effect though. Oh, I can, because I have Madolche's in the grave. It doesn't have to be Madolche monsters in the grave. I have a Madolche trap in the graveyard, so that can also trigger Tiara Misu's effect. So what I'll do is I'll detach one of my materials. I will detach Croissant. He goes into the graveyard. I can get two Madolche cards back into my deck. So those two go back in my deck. And because I detached only one XYZ material, I can only send one card back into Taya's hand, but that's okay because she only has one card. So I'll send that card back into her hand, her field is clear, and it's game over. Oh, Ticket is going to activate, so I will special summon may as well summon Chevalier. You succeeded, and I don't want to activate Madolche Knights. No. So yeah, here we go. Battle phase. Tiara Misu. Give a killing blow on Taya. Job done. So I have kind of shown you the basics of the Madolche deck, how it works. You basically want to get Queen Tiara Misu out as quickly as possible, my old mucker, because she is the bread and butter of the Madolche deck. But if not, you've also got Pudding Cess, you know, who gives you a lot of leeway, a lot of options. We've got some crappy cards. Oh, that's Blade Knight. Sorry, I was just thinking because I got Blade Knight in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice Masters starter kit, and I was like, who is Blade Knight? And then I do remember this card. Bonding HTO, Bubble Illusion, Mechanical Hound. Well, you have no cards now, and your opponent can't develop spell cards. Yeah, so there we go. I beat Taya, which is, you know, did you expect anything less of me old mucker? Seriously, did you expect me to lose to Taya? Come on. What are you talking about? So in the next episode we will take on Grandpa Moto. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, me old mucker. Yeah, like I say, we've done Forbidden Memories, we've done Duelists of the Roses. Now I'm ramping it up, and we're going to do some more modern Yu-Gi-Oh! With XYZ summons and Synchro summons. It's all going to be crazy, and it's all going to be great fun. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've enjoyed the video, give the video a big fat thumbs up in the form of a like. Click that like button. And also, if you're enjoying the series, subscribe to the channel. You know, because those two things help me know that people are enjoying the videos, and that also tells me that I should get off up my arse and, you know, create more videos for the series. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. I have been Mark from the Gamebusters UK team, and I will see you in the next one, me old mucker. Once again, thanks for watching. The only thing that is left to be said is take care and bye bye.